So Cyrus the Great, founder of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, captures Sardis, Lydia's capital, after just 14 days. Now quoting the historian Tom Holland in his book Persian Fire. Cyrus defeated the king of Lydia, seized his possessions and stationed his own garrison there. Over the Lydian Empire itself, the news of Croesus' downfall burst with such a thunderclap that the priestess of one temple was said to have sprouted a beard from the shock. As well she might have done, for in the space of just 6 years the Persians, so small in numbers, once so backward and obscure, had made their kingdom the greatest power in the world. And again, that's quoting the historian Tom Holland in his book Persian Fire. That's just a small excerpt. Okay, so the Persians didn't fight alone in this campaign, however they fought with the Medes, because the Medes were subject to the Persians at the time as well. And the Medes and the Persians were neighbours, and so much so that the Greeks used the term Mede and Persian interchangeably. And if you're reading Herodotus' histories alongside with me, Herodotus too uses the term Mede and Persian interchangeably, so it's important to keep that in mind when you're reading along. Now Croesus was taken to Cyrus and chained to a pyre. And as Croesus was chained on top of that pyre, about to be burned alive, he recalled the words of Solon, that no living human can be called truly happy and prosperous. And he repeats the name Solon 3 times. In Plutarch's book on the life of Solon, he says regarding Solon's meeting with Croesus, even though many authors and historians have tried to prove this meeting between Croesus and Solon didn't happen, and that it was an invention by Herodotus, when it is so much in keeping with Solon's character and bears the stamp of his wisdom and greatness of mind, I cannot agree that it should be rejected because of the so-called rules of chronology. Now, when Cyrus has his change of heart and decides to spare Croesus' life, his men were struggling to put out the fire. And that's when just in time a storm comes and puts out the fire before Croesus could be harmed. And if you're reading this book alongside with me, you'll see this story is told in typical Herodotus fashion. He doesn't just relay the facts, but he tells these stories with plenty of colour and excitement, which just makes this book so fun to read.